Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at The City of Ember, Chapter 20, The Last Message. And this is the last chapter in the book, and ooh, got a little goosebumps as I was reading it. It starts off with Dune and Lena reading this diary, and it's of this old lady, and she appears to have been a farmer, and she's writing this diary, kind of sharing her journey, and it's only a few days, but we learn that some people, we can imagine maybe the government, asked her if she would like to be a part of this really unique project to save humanity. She agreed, and she ends up going and meeting with all these other old people. There's about 100, all older people, and each of them are given two babies. So there's 100 people and 100 babies. Each of the old people were just matched together as a couple. I don't know if they were got married or whatever, but that couple was to raise two babies. And so they get these babies and they continue on their journey, and they take a bus ride, and all of the windows on the bus are covered so they can't see anything, and they just go, and they don't know if they're going north or south or east or west, and they're just driving along. Wherever they get to, it's nighttime, but they can see some rolling hills and countryside, and then they start to go down this tunnel, and we can imagine it's the same tunnel that Lena and Dune walked up. And so they go down, and these are old people, so they go slow and they feel tired, and they have to carry these babies, and they almost slip and fall, but they make it down to the bottom. And when they get to the bottom, there's a pool with a motorboat, a boat with just an engine, and someone driving the boat. So the lady that's writing this journal, she starts to ask the questions of, where are we going? How are the people going to know how to get out? Is this place going to be safe from disasters, things like that? And the pilot says, don't worry, they're going to have instructions and they'll be able to get away. And at this point, the author decides to, we don't know if the pilot found her or if she just decided that she needs to leave her journal here, but she wraps up her journal or it gets lost or whatever, and they leave it on the ground, where luckily Poppy finds it. And that's the end of the story. That there's some kind of disasters going on around the world, and in order to protect humanity, the best scientists and engineers in the world came together and made this Ember project, which I'm just giving that name, Ember Project, but the city and things inside. Dina and Loon finish it. They're like, wow, oh my goodness, I can't believe we were so lucky to find this. Oh, Poppy's the one that found it. If it wasn't for Poppy, we would have missed it. But now we know a little bit about what's been going on outside in the world. So from here, they decide to try to explore a little bit. Maybe how about the people of Ender? They're not going to know anything of Ember, not Ender, of Ember, and maybe we can find another way. And so they kind of look around for a little bit, kind of searching for another entrance. They don't find anything, of course, but after they finish exploring, a Poppy falls asleep, and as they're sitting there eating their last food and just kind of thinking and talking, they hear this sound in the bushes. They freeze. And slowly this creature comes out and it starts sniffing around, and it gets something in its mouth, and it looks over at Dune and Lena. Its ears perk up. It looks at him. Dune and Lena, don't move. And then the animal runs off. Whew. What was it? What was it eating? We don't know. But, oh, I should back up a little bit. Dune and Lena wonder, man, can we eat that same thing that animal just ate? So they went over, found some purple fruit or vegetable, and they eat it. It's delicious. What is it that they're eating? I have no idea. But they eat it. Then they decide to explore a little bit more. And as they're walking around, they see this kind of hill where it looks like part of the hill has collapsed. It's caved in. And so they decide to explore this cave, and they go in there, and then they see a wall, and there's a crack in the wall. It's about as tall as a human and almost as wide as a door. And they decide to explore this crack. And so Dune gets some candles, and they walk through, and they're walking in, and oh! There's just a hole. Woo, down. Woo, they step back. Huge cavern. Empty. Oh, it looks like it goes on forever. And down there at the bottom, they can see sparkling lights. It's Ember! Lena calls. Oh my goodness, we've been underground in Ember. We've been living underground. Wow. But now they have a way to communicate maybe or get back to Ember. And so Dune and Lena, they take the letter that they had written to Clary, and they tie Dune's shirt or jacket to it, and they tie a rock around it, and they take it, and they say, okay, we hope people of Ember get this letter. Boom! Miss Mardu, here's this huge thunk in front of her. And she's, what's this? And grabs the bundle. Does she open it? Does she read it? Does she take it to the mayor? Does she take it to Dune's dad? Does she take it to Clary? Oh, man. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens in book 2. But that is where we end. The City of Ember. And thank you so much for joining me for it. Fantastic book. Let's look at a few vocabulary words here. The first one is gazed. Gaze is just to look out, to see. And you can imagine being on a bus or in a car ride for a while, just looking out the window, gazing. Disaster, something terrible, something that's going to be greater than human power, that's going to cause some problems. Could be a virus, could be a hurricane, could be an earthquake, could be having no rain, things like that, a disaster. In spite, meaning having some bad feelings towards something, but kind of doing it instead. Rather than listening to some negative feeling or thought, you still do the thing. And so in spite of her feelings of not wanting to leave her family and home and her life, she decided to go on this journey. Scrunched up. That's squeezing something together, and you can, I think these babies are crying and their faces are kind of scrunched up as they're crying. Squalling is crying out. Wah! Wah! Prowling, and this is that creature that we saw, is walking silently. Oh, no, when she gets off the bus, she imagines creatures prowling in the dark. And if you imagine like a cat, the way a cat walks when it's trying to be sneaky, that's prowling. Pondered, now this is Dune and Lena. Pondered is thinking, wandering. I think the last one here is fretful, and this is when Poppy wakes up, and if you know anything about young children or a baby, when they wake up, fret is like a problem or trouble, and Poppy is giving some sounds, fretful sounds. That leads us to our discussion question, which I could ask several, but my biggest one here is, what animal do you think Dune and Lena saw in the bushes? I guess it was red, it was furry, had a triangle face. Could be a few. What do you think? What animal it was? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. Again, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview, and certainly all of them for the City of Embers. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.